Lolly Lolly says, even though and even if, same meaning. Same meaning? Thanks. No, but very close in an interesting way. All right? So let's talk about the differences between even though and even if. Because if we understand the differences, we can understand exactly how to use them, right? Now, the basic idea is that something is going against another thing, in spite of another thing. It's the idea of though, right? The idea of though is one thing is going against another thing. However, when we say even if, we are in the land of the unreal. We're in the land of the hypothetical, the imagination, possibility. And even though is in the land of the real, of the thing that happened, the situation we're in, the reality. So a few examples, okay? Even though this costs $287, I'm going to buy it. I need it. All right, so let's talk about what that means there. There's a product. It costs $87. That's how much it costs. Now, that is expensive. And I don't want to pay that much money. I don't want to spend that much of my money. But the reality is that's how much it costs. That's the cost of this item on Amazon or wherever. I can't change it. I can't change the price. I can't find it for cheaper. Okay? So in spite of this fact of reality, I'm going to buy it. Right? If it were very cheap, I wouldn't use even though. It only costs $30. I'm going to get it. In spite of the fact, even though it costs, even though it costs 200, what do I say? Even though it costs $287, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it in spite of the price. I'm going to get it, although the price is very high and it hurts me and it's painful. In spite of that, okay? That's the reality. Even though it's beautiful outside and the sun is out, it's shining, I'm not going to go outside. I can't, okay? Because I'm in lockdown, right? I can't go outside because of the quarantine thing. Well, I'm not actually in quarantine, but I am staying at home. So, in spite of the weather, even though the weather is bad, that's the reality. That's the situation that's happening. I will not leave my home. Normally, if the weather is good, I will go outside. I will go for a walk. I will get some ice cream. I'm not going to do it, though, for other reasons. So it's in spite of that. Okay? Normally, you would expect me to do it. So those are the even though situations. They're real. The price is $287. It is sunny outside. The only difference between that and even if is that even if is in our imagination. We're imagining what we would or wouldn't do if that were true. Even if it's really sunny tomorrow, I'm not going to go out. Even if it costs $1,000, I'll buy it. I have to have it. I need it. Okay? Now, this is interesting because this allows us to explore possibilities better. It's $287. That's the actual cost. Then we can only say what we're going to do with this cost. Cost $287? That's the reality. I'm going to buy it. But if we say, even if the price of this were, now notice I use were there because it's not real. We use were when we're talking about unreal things. Even if the price of this were $2,400, I would still buy it, right? It's not that much. It's only $287. But even if it were $2,400, I would get it. I wouldn't hesitate because I need it. So we can explore the possibility. Now, we might have a limit. If it were $3,000, I wouldn't. That's too much. That's over my limit. But notice for that one, I didn't use the word even. Why not? Because I'm using if to explore the possibility, but my action agrees with that. If it costs $3,000, that's too much. That's a lot of money. I won't buy it. So those two things agree. Even if it costs $2,400, that's still a lot of money. I will buy it. That goes against what you would expect because the price is so high, right? It's going against it in spite of it. But we have much more freedom when we're using if. We can say whatever we want, right? Even if I'm half asleep and sick and not feeling 100% and I haven't had my coffee, even if all of those things are true, I will still do a live class. Now, that's actually not true, but I probably won't. I'll probably just sleep. But that's the idea, right? I could say no matter what happens. Now, those things are not true. If it were true and I were feeling tired and hadn't had my coffee and I was sick, I'd say even though I'm feeling blah, 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 I'm going to do my live class. That's the reality. Even if I feel that way, I don't. I feel fine. But if I did, I would still do the live class. That's the idea. So hopefully that's clear. Lolly Lolly, very good question. Thanks for asking. Guys, again, if you haven't hit the like button or the thumbs up button already, I would appreciate it if you would. Also, please follow and subscribe so that you can see future videos, and make sure you check out my courses in the links in the description.